What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another Mega Man X Dive weekly update video. Now, first thing I want to say is I put up a poll the other week on my community page, and a lot more people than I expected prefer the way that I do things now with my weekly updates. That's just including the character previews in this video as opposed to making a separate video for them, which I thought people would prefer it the other way more, just because you'd be able to search for them without having to look through weekly updates. But I guess people prefer these more, so I guess this is what I'll stick with for that. So now let's take a look at what's coming up this week in X Dive. So in global X Dive, obviously, as you can see here, we have 3 different things going on here. So let's take a look. The global version of X Dive celebrates a new dive festival at NA EU servers next week. What's more, the Courtship Recycle campaign is back, and the LATAM version finally gets a Street Fighter collaboration. So LATAM gets the Street Fighter collaboration. So that means this week in LATAM you'll have access to the banner with Chun-Li and Ryu. I don't know if you guys are gonna get the Total Flamethrower as well, like NA and EU. I assume you guys will, just because it wasn't that way in the Taiwan version. But then the following week you should have the banner with Akuma and presumably the Berserker Great Sword. There might be more information later on in this, but you know, let's take a look. So for NA, we actually have a new version of Base EXE, Base GS. And for those of you that might know about Battle Network series, he's a secret boss of Battle Network 3, where I don't know, like a bug transfusion or something, and then he just like, and then he decided, all right, I have a cannon on my arm now because I was using multiple organism gospel. Yes. So the TLDR is regular base EXE fused with the boss from the previous Battle Network game, and you got base GS, which is like base gospel, or I forgot what the other possible meaning for GS was, but a lot of you may know I'm a huge Battle Network fan, and I would really like to get base GS, but because I don't have them on my Taiwan account. The problem is, I don't think the Monster Hunter event is going to rerun this soon. However, Sunbreak is at the end of this month, right? And in my head, at least, that would be a really good time to have a second part of the Monster Hunter collaboration, right? So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm very hesitant to spend EMs right now because I would like to get the other Monster Hunter units from that collab. I have them on my Taiwan account, but I love Monster Hunter, I like Mega Man, so I just kind of want them over here as well. Base GS active skills are Gospel Cannon, which charges forward, shooting flames, and Vanishing Whirl, a powerful beam that does damage to all targets in range and deals a one-time damage to all targets on screen, which is very nice. Then it comes with a single free 10 pull, which is fantastic. Free 10 pulls are always great. At the very worst, it's patches. At the very best, it's hopefully something that you're looking for. For me personally, I would prefer base GS, but I mean, if I get Shooting Dragon Buster 2 eventually, because that weapon does not exist on my account, that'd be pretty cool too. Next up, for the EU server, we have Sigma X4 Second Form, and I actually don't know how far ahead or behind EU is in terms of dive festivals. It seems like they're one dive festival behind us, because I believe this Sigma X4 Second Form was the last dive festival that NA got, if I'm not mistaken. So I think they're one behind there. I already covered Sigma X4 Second Form in a previous weekly update, but you will get a nice free 10 pull with that, and there is a card for him in the I think it's the Arena Token Shop. It's either Arena Token Shop or Co-op Token Shop. I don't remember which one it is exactly, but he has a card in the shop, which is very nice to pick up as well. And his active skills are Scythe Throw and the Laser Eye. Again, I'm not going to go too deep in that because I went over that previously. And both NA and EU are getting the Courtship Cycling campaign back again. So that is an event I've covered on the channel once before. Don't know if I'll cover it again, because I'm pretty sure it'll be roughly the same as it was last time. But finally, we have the LATAM servers like share and retweet campaign for the Street Fighter V event, just like how Global had this. By participating with this, you'll help the players in the LATAM servers get access to, you know, better rewards. So it'd be great if you could help them out. Just, you know, just like and retweet. That's all you gotta do. And then eventually you will get the rewards on screen here at some point during the event. And that's gonna come with a single free 10 pull as well. And real quick here, I just want to see which only available in the first week. We'll join in a second. We're gonna separate banner. Okay, they didn't mention the limited weapons that that NA got, NA and EU, but I assume you'll get the same banners. I mean, it makes more sense in my head that you would get the same banners. So we actually got the Taiwan version, the Taiwan's update, very early today as well. It was available by the time I woke up. It's middle of the afternoon now. So let's take a quick look over there. And this one, a lot of us already kind of knew about this because Taicom themselves kind of leaked it. I don't know if it was intentional or not because they did it themselves by accident. But apparently we're getting martial artist Dr. Light. I don't know if it's going to be a Dive Festival yet. I just know of this because it was leaked by Taicom. But yeah, Dr. Light, the martial artist version, is going to be coming to X Dive this Wednesday. So that's pretty cool. Okay, first active skill is Budo Hadoken. It launches a Hadoken that will damage and mark the opponent after impact. Using the skill, again, will teleport you to the target's location and use a Hurricane Kick. I don't know what that means, but TPing to the enemy is great. 100% players. Yeah, that sounds amazing. One of its passive skills will grant a shield when using Budo Hadoken. Okay. Second active skill is Budo Barrage. Perform a dash in the direction of the target and will deal continuous damage. Target will be rendered immobile. Okay. Let's get another update here, which is actually fantastic. Although they failed to add voice lines last winter, the development team are finally doing voice lines for Forte, Super Forte, and Forte XC. Forte GS and Forte Double Cross, basically the bass line, right? Because that's you know, just a play on, you know, musical terms. So Forte is bass, just like how Mega Man is Rockman. Roll just kind of stays roll. But if it wasn't obvious enough, but the pictures here, and yeah, that's just the localization name for Forte is bass. Voiced by Keiko Nemoto, who is no stranger to this series. She was the voice of Forte and Rockman EXE anime. Ooh, I liked Forte. I like Bass's voice in the anime. Ooh, I like that. Anyway, let us take a look over at Bass GS real quick. Alright, and here we are taking a look at Bass GS here on my Taiwan account. Pretty cool intro animation there. You can see the gospel head on his arm right there. Let's take a look at the splash screen. Nice and intimidating. Looks really cool. So let's take a look at the skills. First up, for Gospel Cannon, the Gospel Beast will charge forward while shooting flames, inflicting damage to the targets and cause burning status, which is quite nice. Those of you might remember the attack from Battle 2, where it was basically 2 rows of flames that came out. The back row was safe. Let's see, Gospel Cannon. For the chips, we have mobility, reduces prep time by 20%. Combustion increases the duration of burning by 25%. And we have energy conversion, increases the range by 20%, which is probably the chip that you're going to use the most. As you can see, it's quite a significant increase for the range there. Anyway, second skill. We have Vanishing World. The Gospel Beast will unleash a powerful beam forward that deals damage to all targets and range continuously. The attack is so powerful, it will also deal a one-time damage to all targets on the entire screen. So, basically, it has 2 hitboxes. It has the actual beam that will deal damage, and then the actual explosion as well, which will hit everything on screen, right? So, if you're on screen when Bass uses this, you dodge the laser, but you'll still get with the explosion. Also good for PvE, clearing out waves, mobs, and things like that. First, we have power increase the damage multiplier of the beam attack by 10%. Power increase the damage of the all-screen attack by 10%. And then concentrated explosion. Focus the power of attack solely on the beam and increases multiplier by 75%. However, enemies within range of the beam will receive no damage. Sorry, enemies that are not in range of the beam will receive no damage. So basically, it increases the damage multiplier by 75%, but you won't have, you know, the on-screen after effect explosion, right? Which I don't, yeah, like you can kind of see it here in this little image here. Like you see like the explosion effects around base. But then if we click on this, you no longer see those, right? So that is something to keep in mind when using this chip here. So like you're gonna go all in with this. So that means that you would want to try to combo this with like a stun or a slow, so that it's much harder for the opposition to get away. Or you're just fighting a boss and they don't move very much, so you hit them with this and then they take a lot of damage, hopefully. Alright, now on to the passive skills. First up, we have the Shooting Claw. Using this skill, you launch additional homing shooting claws and cause damage to the target. So this is basically like the claw attack, where from Battle Network 2, base kind of just points at the other side of the field, and then like claws just come crashing down all over the screen. Some of you might know the GIF of him doing that, and the Mega Man just like flawlessly dodging. That's such a cool GIF. Then we have Destroy Armor. The beam of Vanishing World hits a target. It will reduce the target defense, increasing damage receives by 12%, roughly 12%, or roughly 13%, stacked up to 3 times. Life Aura, chance to require a shield that can withstand 80% attack damage. This effect can only be activated once again after 8 seconds, which is really, really cool. I like how they're implementing Base's Life Aura into his kit. You get Ability Program. When hitting a target, there's a chance to gain a random buff. This effect can only be triggered again once more after 6 seconds. Again, a nice reference to Base EXE from Battle Network, how he would just absorb the skills of other things. That's actually how he got Life Aura. And then Fragment Shooting Claw. Increase the damage rate of Shooting Claw by 20% and weaken the target's defense. This effect can be stacked with Destroyed Armor. So, what does that mean? So, not only does Shooting Claw get an increased effect of attack damage here, right? But it also gets a defense crush attached to it that stacks alongside this. So you can increase the damage they take even further. So that is quite nice. And just to take a look at it over here, we're going to take a look at his DNA. The DNA probably will not be released when Base GS releases, but I always figure it's worth taking a look at, so that, you know, people are aware. Complete Penetration. Shooting Claws now have a range increase of 25% and allow for patches through barriers and landscapes. So that is fantastic. They'll just ignore terrain, ignore barriers, and just go right through, and, you know, have a better range. Range increase increases Vanishing World's beam range by 25%. And then Burst Shooting Claws when when Life Aura dissipates, release several Shooting Claws that damage a target. Will not activate the effects of Fragmented Shooting Claw. So basically, for this one, if Life Aura pops, they'll just release Shooting Claws. I don't know how many it will release, but it won't trigger the effects of Fragmented Shooting Claw. So you don't get the defense crush. You don't have the 20% damage increase, but you know, you get an extra volley of Shooting Claws, which is very nice. And for the unique passive we have over here in the recombined DNA list, we have Double Amplification EL. When you equip a sprayer and a launcher at the same time, increase damage by 10%. That's pretty self-explanatory. Increase sprayer and launcher damage by 10%, or increase damage when you have those equipped, which is nice. I think he'll pair very, very well with Explosive Blower, as most units will, to be honest. You stun them, you can combo, get your attacks off, you know, what have you. So that's very, very nice. And over here at the base GS card, I don't think this is in global yet. Hopefully we get this when base GS drops. But we have Mobility, reduces the prep time of Vanishing World by 20%. Obviously that only works when equipped to base GS. And we have Third Preparation Amplification at 75% or more HP, increase damage by 5%. So there you have it. We have Base GS's kit. We have Base GS's card. So now let's actually go take a look at the Taiwan trailer for the Dr. Light unit coming up. All right, so here we are taking a look at the trailer for Dr. Light, the martial artist. I'm looking forward to seeing Dr. Thomas Light on the battlefield, and that's Zero's helmet in there. What? Why is Zero's helmet in there? Yeah, whatever. Let's just watch this, shall we? Let me turn this down a little bit. Yo, he is built. I don't remember Dr. Light being that jacked. Okay. Looks pretty cool. What weapon does he have equipped, though? Oh, is that a stun equipped to that? That's skill seal? Okay, so he is a Die Festival unit, which is actually huge. Right? So the reason that's huge is because I know people were like, yo, why don't we get just Dr. Light as a, as a Street Fighter collab unit? It's like, well, having him as a Street Fighter collab unit would have been pretty cool and very thematic. I think this is infinitely better just because he is time limited, but he's not collaboration limited, right? Because he's still time limited because Die Festivals, so you can only be able to get him during Die Festivals, but at least that way, right? We get Die Festivals like once a month. And let's take another look at this. Because I was trying to look at what weapon he had on, which I didn't recognize. Again, this teleport and deal damage. Yep. I don't recognize that weapon that he's using. So we're getting a new weapon too? Or maybe we already have that weapon, I just don't recognize it. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, it does have immobile. Continuous damage. On a shield to gain advantage. Yeah, so what does that seal come from, though? That seal seemed to come from the Hadouken. But prior to that... Oh, well, he wasn't using it in PvP. That's probably just one of the skill chips. This character... I might like this character. Might have to try pulling for this character. Unfortunately. But yeah, I think that will be it for... no, actually, it won't be it. Because we're going to take a look at this as well. Oh, that voice! That voice! Oh, yes. Okay, so on top of really liking that, so what I don't know is actually, hold on. I'm not sure when Global would end up getting the voices for this, right? Because they're going to implement it in the Taiwan version on Wednesday. But I'm not sure when Global is going to get the voice update for base. Hopefully soon. I would really, really appreciate that. But yeah, that's it for this week. I'm so glad I just hit my mic there. Sorry if you guys heard that. I'm so glad we actually have an update where I can record this and upload and have the information out at like a regular time. Because it's like 1:33 as I'm recording this, so this will be up very, very early. I don't have to, hope that we get the Taiwan information early. Hopefully they continue to do this, because that would be great for me, great for you guys, get the information out to you guys sooner. Let me know what you think down below about the stuff coming to Global this week, what you think about the new Dr. Thomas Light. I don't know why I keep saying his full name, martial artist Thomas Light. And one last thing, I just wanted to throw a shout out to the people that have been supporting me on Patreon and join my YouTube channel members. Appreciate the support. If anyone else would like to join, I believe you can join the YouTube members down below. I think there's like just like a little join button if you want to join that. And I always have a Patreon link in the description. But yeah, that'll be it for this week, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.